Hi there and welcome back to the channel for another instalment of Gran Turismo Sport, and this time we are at Daily Race A for a change, but not for a change. We're back in the Group 4 RCZ with some good fun last week up Sardinia, and we thought let's try our luck again this week. So as you can see, here we are. It's a grid start, so a little bit of traction control always helps, and let the carnage commence, because as we know it's always carnage in a good start. But as you see, a few people forget to obviously put the traction control on. We make a good start and we're off from 6th straight up to 4th position. Now here we are heading into the first turn. It's utter carnage and we just sort of close our eyes because we slightly miss a braking point. It's a case of shut your eyes and hope nobody punches. We can see WCR Chris GT getting a whopping 4-second penalty, and that makes him easy meat, and we just send it up the inside there. We don't want to hang about for him to get the penalty, because as you can see in front, in the lead of this race, is a certain Mr. PX Cam. So we know PX Cam, he's one of the US most popular streamers. I watch him regularly. He's a great guy to watch, a really nice guy. His streams are always really entertaining. Yeah, he's quick. But we think we can give him a race here, and now we're into 2nd place and we are trying to try and hunt him down by putting some pressure on as we head down the street. You can see the penalty zone here. It's at quite a crucial spot, and look how many penalties are getting served behind us. I mean, that just effectively makes this a 2-car race, and we're already only in sort of halfway through lap 1. So right away I was thinking, well, no pressure on us from behind, let's just focus on PX Cam in the lead and see if we can make some inroads into that lead. So it was about 3/4 of a second ahead of us, but we were starting to make a little dent in it here. We could see we were a little bit quicker in this section of the track, just hugging that corner. Really important to hug that corner, because with a track like Autopolis, the curbs are crucial, especially, in fact, with any front wheel FF car. It's crucial. Get the right hand tyre, the left hand tyre, depending on the actual corner. Get them onto the curb and use that curb. You see PX just hits the apex nicely, but if you can get the FF car onto a curb and just feather that throttle, that curb just takes a grip and it'll just rotate the car around nicely, because the FF's obviously, the understeer is quite, you know, difficult to contend with at times. A lot of people don't like the FF cars for that very reason. However, I personally really enjoy them, and as you can see, the hairpin is very effective if you can get those tyres on the inside of that curb. Clip it there, coming over here, trying to just touch on the curbs. Yep, see, and as soon as you get them on there, you can power down and it'll power the car out nicely again using the curb here. And this hairpin in particular, if you can really hit your spots here and hit the apex, which we don't do, and it's quite a big mistake to make because you lose a lot of time coming out of this. You can see Cam a little bit quicker, extending the lead as we head down the straight. So we're thinking, let's not let him get away here, not in lap 2, and he's thinking if he can break the slipstream, this could be over already, but he runs a little bit wide there. We managed to just keep it a little bit tidier as we head around the left-hander, clipping the curb again, on the brakes, we run a little bit wide here, so we feather the throttle nicely to get back on it, clip that apex nicely, shift it over, up into 4th, just feathering the throttle around. Again, you can see we've closed that gap a little bit again, and he goes a little bit wide there. Again, we're holding that tighter line and we're on the curb now, we're rotating the car around and we can power out, and as you can see how effective that is, we're now well and truly in Cam's slipstream. And we're heading down, and I actually, he was streaming at the time, so I could hear him talking about this, and I could hear him spotting me in the slipstream and getting close in the radar. Now, he misses his braking spot there, we miss it slightly, but we hit it better than he does, and now we've got a chance. But he was just alert enough to get that car over it onto the inside to defend, and it makes this, it is passable if you can hold it around the outside, but we didn't want to risk it and destroy the race. So Cam manages to defend that, and again we're just hoping now we can put some real pressure on him, but he knows we're a serious threat now to the lead, as you can see how close we are. coming round that tight right-hander. But I could hear him on stream, chatting away to his streamers, and he was well aware by this point that we're a threat. As you can see, just getting a little bit on the grass here, but it doesn't affect the car too much, and we can still keep in the tow. So I was thinking this is an opportunity here. If he misses his braking point, we could maybe send it round the inside, but he doesn't. He just clips it enough and holds position. So yeah, I could hear him streaming, and I could hear him talking about me on the stream, which was a little bit off-putting, because the stream was a little bit behind where I was on the screen, so it was all happening about 5 or 6 seconds after it had actually happened. But what I did know was that he was well aware of our position on the track, and yeah, we were definitely a threat to his lead. And I also knew it was his last race of the night, and he was very keen to get a win to sign off for his viewers, so there was that added pressure. For once in my life I thought maybe I'm going to be a stream sniper. I wonder what that feels like. Well, I was getting a slight insight to here. But yeah, as we come across the line again, we're well in the slipstream, going up this long straight. It's really just a case of, can we make anything work? He knows now he's defensive going up this straight heading into turn 1, so then he moves over at the last second. We have a little look and we try and put a bit of pressure on, but he manages to keep composure and make the turn, and that obviously meant we couldn't throw it up the inside without taking us both out. So final lap, all to do here. We've got the quickest lap in the race at this point, so we do know that we've got the pace, but it was really just down to whether or not Cam could withstand the pressure, and so far he's doing a great job of it. But I mean, he is a very experienced player. He's an SS driver in the US, so he can drive. The kind of annoying thing for me about this race was that I jumped into it after doing 1 lap of quali. My quali time was pretty average. It was a 53.2 or something like that, and Cam's was a 52.5. So he was good enough. He managed to qualifying second, and we were 6th. Again, we just can't get close enough to make anything work in the inside there. But if we had done, if we'd managed the lap that we now currently have, which is a 51.7, and it's currently, I think it's 9th in the top 10 stars. I mean, we would have qualified pole, and I reckon I could have did a similar job to Cam in terms of defended. Because if you can hit your spots here, it is a difficult track, although it's quite a long lap in the Group 4s. It is quite a difficult track to pass if the person in front isn't making any obvious errors. Yeah, you could go for an almighty send, and we do think about it here. Do we want to snipe the stream at the last second? No, we're not going to manage it. As Cam actually takes that corner, probably the best he took it in the whole race, right on that, get the 2 tyres onto the curb and rotating round nicely. And we come across, I think it was 2 tenths behind, so yeah, it was a fantastic race. And yeah, shout out to Cam, because he was really nice to give us a shout out in the stream afterwards. He said great race. I joked about making a video about it, and he said to send it over to him so he could have a look at the race from my view and to see the video I made. So yeah, he made his video of this race actually. It's on his channel, so check that out. He also gave me a little shout out, which is very much appreciated because I know he has got a big following. So if any of those are watching, then feel free, hit that subscribe button if you've not already done it, and give it a like. Now, what we will do is we will jump back to the start of this race, and what we'll do is watch it from another car's point of view, because yeah, it was carnage, to be honest with you. There's me in 6th place, so let's watch it from P7's point of view and see what happened. You can see P4 doesn't get a good start, so we've got somebody overtaking on the outside on the grass. We've managed to get up a spot there, and you can see the jostling up ahead, and we managed to make it through. But wow, I mean, all sorts happening there. In fact, if we take it back, and we can actually look at it from further back, and you can see, this guy just, it's like 10-pin bowling as he goes into them like a bunch of skittles. He gets a 4-second penalty. In fact, how many cars did get penalties? We've got one, he's got a 4-second penalty. We've got another with a half-a-second penalty. We've got another with a 4-second penalty. In fact, 3 of them with 4-second penalties and 1 with a half-a-second penalty. So You can see the kind of carnage that was happening, and this is really caused by the fact that it's a grid start. Look, well, I mean, he's just sent that guy to the shadow realm. So yeah, when it's a grid start like this in Group 4 cars, everybody tends to get off the line pretty similarly, and if it's a tight bend into T1, which it normally is, then yeah, it's a recipe for disaster. And basically all of these cars were out of the race pretty much before it started. You can see all the penalties, and you can see how many people are so far behind because they've been taken out. So you four cars facing penalties. The guy in the Sirocco comes through, one rad lad in the third, and you can see how far ahead we are. But yeah, that was the race, and yeah, it was an exciting race. Just so that people don't think I'm talking complete nonsense about my current quali time. If we jump into if we jump into the qualifying rankings, you can see in the top 10 stars, we've made it. We're famous. But yeah, I mean, I've managed to put this into the Group 4. I quite like the Group 4s, but I managed to put it in the top 10 a few times on my US account. So shout out to all the US drivers. They're fun to race against, and Brazilian drivers, and all the ones from the Americas. But yep, give us a subscribe and a like. As I said, if you like the stuff, going to try and put out a couple of videos a week. A little bit behind this week. Got stuff going on, but always try and get something out. So thanks again for viewing, and I'll see you again on the next one. Over and out.